Okay, so I just picked up this bike. It's a 1982 Kawasaki KZ440, and it runs like junk. And so now I'm going to try and figure out what's wrong with it. I suspect that it may have a vacuum leak, and this is why I think that. When I turn the bike on and try and start it, it starts really hard, and it will only start on full choke, and when I finally get it to start, it'll just rev up to 5,000 or 6,000 and just stay there. And if I let off the choke at all, then it will die. And so what that tells me is that by turning the choke on, I open up the choke circuit, which enriches the air to gas ratio and sort of compensates for a vacuum leak. Now, vacuum leaks can very typically occur right in here in your carb boots, and if you can see, this is all junky, it's all cracked and stuff, and that allows air in. Can sometimes happen right in here if the previous owner removed the air filter and didn't replace it, or any number of other places. Also, when you're diagnosing for vacuum leaks, you want to check and see if the baffles have been removed, like on this bike, and obviously they have, and so that's going to basically allow the exhaust to escape a little bit easier. And that's going to make your mixture a little bit leaner too. So I don't know if this bike was jetted for the baffleless exhaust, because I haven't even opened up the carbs yet. But I've just been sort of hunting down the source of the vacuum leak. You can see that this carb boot looks like crap too. Basically what I'm going to do is do this. I'm going to try and start the bike and get it idling at a consistent rate. It doesn't really matter where it's idling. I don't want it to be redlining, but I'm going to try and get it idling well. And then I'm going to take either my starter fluid here or this propane. I like to use this a little bit easier, but this has better results in my opinion. And basically what I'm going to do is just sort of spray a little bit of starter fluid right in here where I suspect that the vacuum leak is. Or what I can do is turn on the gas here. Obviously don't light it, but just hold it like right around here too while it's running, and if there's a vacuum leak, if air is being sucked in here, then this extra fuel is going to be sucked in as well, and the engine will surge. Sometimes it only surges by a little bit, sometimes it surges a lot. You just got to keep an eye on the tach and listen for it. So now I'm going to demonstrate basically what you're going to look for if indeed this bike does have a vacuum leak. Alright, do you guys hear that? It was idling at a decent, I don't know, 2,500 or something like that. And when I sprayed that stuff in, the vacuum of the engine sucked in the starter fluid, and it revved up to maybe 4,500. So that's how I know that I definitely have a vacuum leak here, right there. What I'm going to do is go around here. I'm going to go through the air box, doing the same procedure. Go ahead on this side, do the same thing. And just sort of try and find where all the vacuum leaks are. For this bike, I mean, it's always obviously best to order new boots off eBay or whatever, and get them to and just replace them, because these boots are so nasty. But for this bike, I may actually just do sort of like a redneck repair on it, and try and fill in the cracks. That's obviously not a good or a permanent repair, but this is not my regular ride, so I'm not gonna go ahead and spend like $45 on new boots. So that's how you do that. Yeah, you guys have any questions, let me know.